Hi, Alex.
Ethan, I worry about you sometimes.
Don't! Because I'm fine.
You say that.
I...
What's the number of times that someone has said, I'm fine, when they're actually fine? I'm willing to bet pretty close to 0.
I'm willing to bet most times.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You ever have a girlfriend and you're like, how you doing? I'm fine.
No, I've never had a girlfriend. That's a lie.
I was gonna say that's a very common situation.
I've had like 3 girlfriends. I've got a I've got a friend. He's a very dear friend of mine, and he once was so. He is like so spiritually offended by the fact that I've had multiple girlfriends and he's had none.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, so I've got this dear friend, he's a racist now, so I have to cut ties.
He's not racist, but he is right-wing.
I was gonna say, because that's how, every time, you cannot say friend without saying racist in the same sentence, like, pretty much every time.
But no, because he's, you know,
Machop is looking a little rough for wear in this game.
Yeah, this friend of mine, he's got like a, you know, he's got a good job. You know, he works at a university as a lecturer. He's, you know, he's really in shape. He's really healthy. Takes good care of himself. And then he looks at my silly ass, who works at a petrol station.
Polar opposite.
Is very overweight. Well, I'm not extremely overweight, I'm a fat bastard. I'm the same level of overweight as you. Which I wouldn't describe us as very overweight, but we're fat.
Well, here's the thing, it's kind of also dependent on height as well.
Yeah.
Because that's how that sort of things go.
We're not relitigating this. We're not relitigating this. We've talked about this.
I'm just saying, though, it's like average weight tends to, like, you know, be higher the taller you are. That's just how it works.
But, you know, he's, like, you know, really fit. He's got
also,
a good
the
job.
taller you are, the skinnier you look with that, too. I need to get fucking taller.
But, you know, he's got a good job. He's in good shape. He's not a bad-looking guy, either. And he doesn't understand how my, like, hairy goth nerd ass has managed to have multiple girlfriends and he can't get one. The only explanation I could offer to him is he's never really done, like, creative stuff outside of, like, D&D, whereas I used to fucking write horror stuff and, like, I even tried poetry on multiple times. The kind of shit that would appeal to, like, edgy...
Oh, hold on, stop. What age were you when you were doing poetry?
I think the last time I did poetry, I was, like, 21.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say some shit like I was 16, I'm like, oh, that's the good stuff.
Oh, no, I also did poetry when I was at, like, I wrote poetry, but, like, edgy fucking dumbass poetry on and
yeah,
off, like,
that's the...
from a teenager.
That's the juicy bit.
I also had the good sense to destroy it all.
Why? Why would you do that? Why'd you ever do that?
You know why, Alex.
What do you mean? No, you can just share that with the world.
Oh, well, there goes Dizzy.
Yeah, well, I mean, crit hit on a fighting move against the normal type, it'd just be that way sometimes. God! Machoke is looking like he's gonna machoke me daddy right now. Like, look at this man. Fucking stacked. Dead now.
And then the other argument I put to him about why it might be that I've gotten girlfriends and he hasn't, is that he's a good friend of mine. I love him dearly. I've known him for years. He is, like, the most clean-cut motherfucker, like, straight and narrow. Like, 'cause I'm not exactly an edgy, dangerous guy. I dress almost like you'd kind of almost expect me to be sometimes. But you know that I've never, like, drank alcohol or anything. I'm like, you know, I've never done anything like that.
Nerd, loser,
I don't go to. I'm a massive.
idiot.
I'm a massive fucking nerd. But I don't necessarily look like or come off like one, and I also am very angry about authority in general.
I was gonna say just about most things.
Just about most things. Whereas he's like, oh, I can't do this gym.
You're gonna need. Do you have the strength HM?
Do you have the strength HM? No.
Let me go get that guide open.
But yeah, no, the only explanation I could come up with, other than just, the blind whims of fate, was that, I appear to have a bit more of an edge than he does. Because, all the goth shit. As opposed to him, where he has basically just looked like... He's looked like a teacher since he was, like, 15.
I think you're a lighthouse, Ethan. Except instead of, like, dispensing light, you dispense fucking loud noises.
Isn't that basically... you just can't describe me as a foghorn, then?
Yes.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Well, to be fair, that's how you join a lot of calls for D&D. You just go, how's everyone doing?
That is true.
That's literally how you would join Discord calls.
That is very true, yeah. I just gotta go, how you doing?
Yeah, that's literally how it would happen.
Or sometimes I just join and immediately belch, and then we get going.
Yeah. I'm amazed that there are still people along this route that you missed along the way.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, what is she? She's like weird looking. It feels like every character in this game, they pick a color, and they're just that color palette. Like that lady was all green. Hair was green, everything she was wearing was green. And then there was like one dude that was like all blue, like, they just pick a color, you're that color now.
That is almost certainly literally what they had to do because of the limited color palette of the Game Boy Color.
I know, but it's hilarious.
It's why some Pokemon designs come out. It's why some Pokemon designs come out looking a lot better than others. Mm-hmm. Because like some can get away with using almost purely one color, whereas others like really can't. Case in point, that doesn't actually look that bad, but that's because the actual design of Goldeen is basically two colors.
No, I listen. It does not escape me that I'm making fun of a really old game for a handheld console, basically.
I think,
but that's not going to stop me. Because I love this game. Because I love this game, and I owned the actual thing on my Game Boy Color, and I played the hell out of it.
Hey Alex, if you love this game
and then it got stolen.
If you love this game so much, why don't you marry it?
Maybe I will.
I could marry you to this game.
Right, you took that stupid thing. I forgot about. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. That's how that works.
The fucking Universal Life Ministry thing. So
yes,
I can
that's
marry people.
Fucking hilarious. Have you ever considered like hiring out your services and showing up in your like typical fucking gothy look with your trench coat and everything, and be like, all right, you ready to do this? We're ready to go.
Right, dudes, ready to fucking do it?
Let's fucking do it, dude.
Let's fucking go, bro. The thing is, there would probably be a place for a dude whose entire gimmick is I'll come marry you, but look like I'm a goth who doesn't give a shit.
Oh, I mean, you could hire yourself as anything. Have you seen like the meme of like the it's like the two guys that'll come go, yeah, yeah, boys. Like they'll just follow you around and just say that.
I have not.
Oh, that's what I want in my life. So it's okay. Hold on. It's a building next to the Pokemon Center.
I think I just walked right past it.
I think you did as well. And then you just talk to the sailor sitting at a table, and he'll just... that's another thing that's ridiculous. Just, yes, just do it in this building, unrelated to anything. Yeah, just give you the thing that you need to progress the game.
This is something I'm starting to really hate about the Pokemon games, is that they seem to do exactly that a lot. Where they will put something vital for your progress in an unmarked building. They don't have the power to move boulders aside. Here, use this and teach them strength.
We never found a Psyduck, have we?
No, I don't know where they spawn, and you never told me, so...
Pokemon Crystal Psyduck. Where the hell do we get a fucking Psyduck at?
gonna kick out my feet.
Well, you know what? This is actually perfect because we have 2 slots, so we throw the HM slave on one slot, and then like whatever you want to get for the other slot. Do you know what you want for the last one? Ethan? Do you know what you want for your last Pokemon slot?
Lugia.
Right, okay. That's all 6, right? We have Tumor, Jabroni.
Tumor, Dizzy, Jabroni.
You can have one more because then you have HM Slave, Lugia. You
HM
have
Slave,
one more.
Lugia, and then one more. I don't know which other one I want. No.
Oh, I think we were holding out for a sec. Hold on. You know, while I'm here, let's see if we can get ourselves a fucking like the Carry Lord. Pokemon Crystal Abra. Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, like I think that's probably the way. Hey, you're gonna be happy to hear this. One of the places is Route 35.
Cool.
Find both in the same place.
Alex, if we go there and he's got a spoon, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
If we catch another fucking Abra with the spoon, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like, that is... that's absurd. There's no way.
That's actually a question. Have you ever bought a lottery ticket? Played lottery, done a scratch card? Any of that stuff?
My parents have. I've done scratch-offs when I was younger.
I've done one or two, which is, you know, I get bored and I happen to be in a place where I sell them, so...
Yeah, I mean, you never really win anything. Like, a lot of times, like, the most common win is you win another scratch-off.
You either literally explicitly just win another scratch card, or you win the exact cost of your scratch card.
If you win anything at all, that is.
If you win anything at all, yeah. I once had to pay out a scratch card win to someone who'd won like £600 on it.
Wow, that's pretty good. Dude, that guy must have been happy.
Yeah, he definitely didn't make up how many scratch cards he had to buy to get to that, though.
Of course, of course. Well, that's the problem, right? That's the problem with gambling, is people will gamble a lot of money, and then if they actually end up winning, it just might make their money back. There's very rare cases where that doesn't happen. Like, the exception that I can think of is there was this one lady, and I think it might have been like Pennsylvania or something. They did a news story about her, where she, like, every week she would go buy a dollar scratch off. And she was doing it since she was like younger. And I think she was like in like her like mid-late 60s. And then she won $1 million.
Not bad.
Then not bad, you know? Not bad. And I'm pretty sure she made more than she ended up spending on that, but you know, not too bad. It's not a super costly thing. I mean, over time, of course, it's gonna cost a lot of money, but you know, good for her, you know, that's great.
Every now and again, my sister does scratch cards quite a lot, but every now and again she wins like 20 quid or something, and then we get and I get a free takeaway, free takeout food.
And she's like, I'm feeling in a good mood, Ethan.
I'm in a good mood. Got £20. I want to blow it on a takeaway immediately.
Hey, well, listen, if I won like a decent sum of money from scratch offs or lottery or whatever, the first thing I'd be like is, you know, I'm gonna get some sushi for myself. I deserve this.
If I won a substantial amount of money, okay, if I won the lottery, I've got a plan, right?
Everyone does, I think.
Step 1, get a Chinese. Step 2, get a new computer. Step 3, disappear.
Just the meme of like the kid with like the peace sign just like slowly vanishing from the world.
Yeah, like, no. I've told like basically everyone I know that if I ever mysteriously disappear, I've either been killed or I've won the lottery.
It could be both, Ethan. Don't limit yourself.
I could have won the lottery and then been killed. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, don't limit yourself. Keep your options open, buddy.
But no, I do actually have another plan. I don't even buy lottery tickets. I just like, you know, you get bored, you think about these things. And genuinely, my plan would be I would take like half of my money and immediately put that in like investments, like get an investment banker and just be like, you do it. Like, you look after this for me. Just make sure I can live at like lower middle class level of comfort for the rest of my life off of, like, the interest or whatever on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think, you know, the dream of a good amount of people is, I just want to be able to live a nice middle class life.
Yeah, just let me live a nice middle class life and never have to work again. I might still work anyway.
Yeah,
if I find a job I want to. Oh, fucking that's.
Hey, that's pretty good. Was National Park even one of the things that I even said? No, it was. Yeah, National Park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do you
How do I? What is weak against psychic?
He's not psychic. He's water, but I don't even know if he's really water because he's not strong against it. I think that kills him.
Yep, that killed him. It wasn't very effective, but that did in fact kill him.
Maybe we need to go get, like... Well, maybe we need to go get one of the Pokemon in our storage to go get this Psyduck.
Oh, you know Grimace, right?
I know Grimace, yes.
Purple guy. Purple guy of, FNAF fame. No.
FNAF fame! My favorite FNAF character, fucking Grimace.
No fucking Grimace.
Oh, get Rocky. Rocky has, like, tackle, I think. That should work.
Smash cut to, like, an image of Grimace shoving a dead toddler into a rabbit costume. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a video I saw a while ago that was like a Source filmmaker, and it's like Scout sat in the FNAF office, and it like you can hear, you know, the FNAF animatronics like noises, and it turns and it's just like, you know, big titted anime waifu versions of Chica and Bonnie, and it just says, "Yo, call me Purple Guy, because I'm gonna put a kid in that animatronic."
That's pretty fucking good.
But it's better than that, because it's, you know, that perfectly cut meme where it's just like, I'm gonna put a kid in the animatronic. Like,
you know, one of my, I don't know if I would call it addictions. I would call it, like, one of my hidden pleasures that I didn't know that I really liked. Was, you know, the Reddit for, like, well, there's videos, too, of, like, perfectly cut screams.
Yes, yeah.
Which is like, you're just sitting there, and it's just like, ah!
God, no.
It's really funny.
Watch us take 6 years to find a Psyduck now.
If you want, you could just go on a Route 35, then you have a chance of getting both the Psyduck and the Abra. Because you're right next to Route 35.
I'm here now. I'm not leaving.
Well, you're gonna have to go to Route 35 regardless.
I think Route 35's next to this anyway.
That's what I'm saying, though. You have to go there regardless for the Abra. You might as well do both things.
No, I don't.
You don't want the Abra?
I do want the Abra, but what I can do is just ignore your advice. And
do it the harder way for no real reason other than I'm a dick.
No. Actually, no, yeah. Do it for no other reason than you are a dick, yeah. Actually, that's... or as I'd call it, justifiably motivated spite.
You know what? Keep talking like that. I'm gonna go make you play League of Legends with Ray right now. That's a threat right there, bud.
It's not really a threat. I've been kind of thinking about trying League of Legends again.
Oh, really? Oh, God. Yeah. That's a mistake.
Yeah, Alex, I know.
You know the cycle? You're aware of the cycle?
Why do you think I've been thinking about it but haven't done it?
Yeah. Well, see, I sometimes go back to it, play a little bit. It's like, I don't do the normal, like, Summoner's Rift anymore. I do ARAMs, because that's, like, a little bit more bearable. And then eventually, even then, I'm just like, no.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Psyduck! And other words. Oh, shit.
You just disabled your tackle. This fucking duck just wants to die. There, you can't disable both, you little shit. He's so pathetic. Poor Psyduck, dude. He just is so panicked. He's so scared.
Do you think I can try and get him now?
You have him on dots. I mean, yeah, I would just go for it. There's probably a decent chance.
Get in my balls.
I don't like that the Pokeball, like, splits in half in this game. You know? Like,
No,
the entire...
It turns the color... I didn't realize it just turns the color palette of whatever I caught.
Yeah. Wow.
Ew. That's
Interesting.
Sucks.
This is very strange to watch. There you go. So that's the guy that gets to learn a shit ton of HMs moving forward.
Power is when its sleeping brain cells happen to wake. Yes.
That's got to be a curse to be called Psyduck. And it's like, I'm a psychic type, right? Nope.
Slave.
Yep. Alright, so this is Route 35, right?
Yep, okay, so let's put some HMs on this bitch.
Well, the thing is, I don't think you have the ones now you want to throw on him, because Cut is already on somebody, Surf is on somebody. Oh, Strength, yeah, put Strength on him. Maybe hold on Flash until we actually need it. Like, hold off on that, but Strength, absolutely.
What does Strength do as a battle move?
It's a normal type move. I think it's like a 50 power or something. It just does damage. And it's like not very impressive strength-wise. Wow! Wow! Okay. Gee, can you bind? Does bind make it so he can't run away? Does that do that, or is that just dot? Do you know?
I have no idea. I have no idea. We're gonna try bind. It didn't.
No, it doesn't work. Okay. So in that case, do you remember the fastballs you have? I think that's either we need a move that makes it so they can't escape, or we just have to get lucky with a fastball.
Fastest ball in the West.
That's all we can do to get an Abra.
As soon as we encounter an Abra, you're gonna do a save state, and then we're just gonna throw a fastball at it, and if it doesn't catch, we reload.
Oh, we're gonna cheat!
Yes. Absolutely.
How did you just fucking say that?
Yes, let's do that. That sounds like... Oh, God! Oh, gee, get it out of here! Look at its face! Oh, kill it! Oh, God! I don't want to look at him.
I hate its mammalian... It almost just looks like... Look at its mouth, right? I think it's supposed to look like it's got, like, pincers. But is it just meant to just look like a dude who's just taking a bite of something in a cartoon? It's just like...
No, I think it's supposed to look like, you know, like the cheeks, it's kind of like a pout, or like you pout a little bit and your cheeks get puffed up. I think that's what it's supposed to be doing.
Alex, please stop talking about cheeks.
Cheeks. Sandy cheeks.
Fuck.
Oh, God. Ethan, it's time to disconnect. We need to disconnect right now.
Okay.
Say psych right now.
This is not good, Alex.
It's not. I want my brain to be as far away from your brain as possible at any given
Alex,
moment.
do you think I want to have my brain in any way resemble yours?
Yeah, I want to be not even associated with you.
Alex, you're gonna have to leave the D&D group.
Ethan, an ocean apart isn't enough. We need another ocean in between there.
Hand over your notes to Will. Kerwin will turn out to be the big bad.
Alright, so, okay, step one, we got it. Alright.
Step one. Okay, everyone is watching the video right now. Close your eyes.
Yeah, look away. Just look. We'll tell you when you can open them again, okay? We'll tell you when you can open them. Just give it a second. Okay, you can open them now.
Yeah, you can open your eyes now.
You can open. So now, here we go. Did you not make a fastball? Oh, you have the materials to make it, but we never went to go get it. Alright, just yeet like a great ball or so. I don't know. Or you go ultra if you want. I mean, we need to catch. Listen, this guy's the carry, okay? He's worth whatever you think he's worth.
I'm gonna save the ultra ball for Lugia.
You think one ultra ball is gonna catch Lugia? You're cute.
It might help.
Do you remember how many ultra balls it took to catch Arctic?
No, I choose not to.
Okay, well
I choose to not remember that, and I
reminding you is all I want to do. That's hey, that's all. wanna do. Hey, look at that. We had a second great ball in our inventory the whole time. I guess that number must be a little bit bugged. Yeah, that's
wild.
It's fascinating. All right, got him.
Oh,
first
cool.
try.
Second try.
First
try.
First try.
First try.
First try.
No.
First try. We
First
got him.
try. Second try.
All right.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time. First try.
All right. What did we call Abra last time? Let me go find out.
Oh, Sans.
Sans? Yeah, okay, just Sans. Sanzina. But this is a male this time, so this is
So
Sans.
this time we can call it Sans.
This
yeah.
is just Sans. All right. Sans Undertale. Here we go, boys. We got him.
Ah, damn it! I can't fit Sans Undertale there. So
Yeah, I
guess
know.
it's
Just
stick with
Sans is fine. It's
Call
a shame.
No, we call the Lugia Undertale, and we make sure they're always next to each other in the
Sans
Pokemon order.
Undertale.
So it's always Sans Undertale.
All right, cool. So we got it. We're good. We're juicy.
Okay, we just
Rocky
need to-
can go away forever.
Yeah.
And Slave stays all the way in the back forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, you know? You can throw, yeah, I was gonna say, you can throw Rocky away.
I honestly I forget that.
throw, you can throw him away.
Master, I thought I'd never see you again. It's
Back
been so
in the back,
long.
Rocky!
Wait, is this the computer again? Master, please! I'll do better!
Rocky, don't touch me! Get back in the box!
Your file has been saved.
And remember, Rocky was the one that was originally rebelling against us. He knew this would come. He knew of his end.
By the way, this is secretly the origin of that.
Check Abra. Check Abra.
This. Oh yeah. By the way, that little play that one-act play we just engaged in there. That's the origins of that SCP. That's a computer that hates humanity.
No item. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that would be
That would have been
insane if we got it again. That would be out of this fucking world crazy.
You know, I'm gonna deliberately set off some fights just so I can.
Yeah, switch them out, get some XP going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we already know, dude, Abra is like every single Pokemon game
he
I
only
play.
has okay.
Get yourself a psychic type. They're all busted. Every single major like psychic type busted tier. It's crazy. They couldn't make Psyduck a psychic type because he was too weak. He didn't make the cut. You know.
I think didn't we find out that Tumor is gonna evolve at level 30?
I believe so. Yeah. Have you ever actually done No Nut November?
Of course not.
Yeah, I have not either. I'm like, that's a... Listen, alright, you're welcome to do it. If you feel good about it, great. But, I'll tell you one thing. This is an actual factoid that I've learned. Nutting is a good way to resist prostate cancer.
Is that so?
Yes.
I feel better about being a massive wanker now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's good to nut because it helps you against prostate cancer. Hilariously, I've learned that from Ray taught me that fact.
I mean, that's not why I do it.
Yeah, that's not why I do it, but it's good that it has a benefit, you know?
Oh dear. No. There's no power on this earth that could stop me from jerking off for a whole month. Thank you.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I'm like, that just seems like a silly challenge to do, not only because A, of that, and B, like, just why? Why, though? Why would you even, like, you don't win anything? Like, what bragging rights do you get to have? Yeah, dude, I did it for a whole month.
Yeah,
and the first question is,
why? Dude, I was so sexually frustrated for that month. It was horrible.
It's like the meme of, not the meme, it's like the clip from Rick and Morty where he's like, I jerked off to an extra curvy piece of driftwood the other day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, you go fucking crazy, after a while. I don't know why anybody
You ever jerked off to an extra curvy piece of driftwood, Alex?
No, but I mean, like many males, there are many questionable things that I have, though.
I don't think that's a male-only thing.
Is it? I mean, I guess it's probably anybody, but like,
Genuinely, from what I understand, I think there was like a study done a while ago about, you know, fucking masturbation rates between men and women, and it's basically exactly the same. It's just it's just the way our society is structured for whatever reason. It seems more acceptable and expected that men would talk about and joke about it than women.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably because, like, obviously I can't speak for women, but like with guys at least, I lose my mind if it's been a very long time, you know.
Well, no, because like women have the same like
the same drive,
sexual urges, obviously.
Yeah,
I think it is I think it's got nothing to do with the difference biologically between men and women. I think, cultural. And now, this is where you can make fun of me, because this is me coming out with some, like, you know, looking at stuff from the point of view of, like, culture and media criticism, is our culture is very much defined by our media. And our media is very male-gazing. Like, all of our media is, like, designed, like, you have to actively make an effort for our media, because the traditions of modern Western media, yeah, print media, visual media, all of it, it's all, like, by default from a male point of view. Which means that whenever it comes up in the media, male masturbation, funny. Female masturbation, always depicted in a sexual way, either as a criticism of a character, or as an attempt at sexualizing the character.
Well, I was just gonna say, too, because, like, listen, alright, you know, as a dude who's hung out with a lot of dudes, you ever go into a group and you're just like, hey, dude, that hot shit, like, that's, like, 100% of the conversation is like, dude, I jerked it last night, dude, me too. I personally have never been associated with a group, maybe, there's probably plenty of female groups too, where it's like, what's up, girls? I was straight, what the fuck is the word?
I don't know.
It's FAP for guys. What's the female of FAP?
I don't know.
I forget. There was a word for it. It was like, it's like the fucking.
That's actually another thing, is that there's a lot of like funny. There's a lot of like funny and not like vaguely off-putting words for penis, but not many for vagina. Like there's like there's a weird divide in the English-speaking world between like words to describe the amusing and sometimes sexual bodily functions of men, as opposed to a lack of those words for women. Or rather, the words just never caught on, again, because it's not really something.
Okay, here's a fun question for you. What do you think is the least attractive word for vagina? If, like, let's say you're in the bedroom with a girl, you know?
You'd need to give me a list of ones to pick from, because there's a lot of ones I found uncomfortable.
I might not know all of them, but the one that I can think of is snatch. That just sounds weird. You know?
That doesn't sound necessarily weird to me, it just sounds old-worldy. Like, it sounds like... It sounds like I'm talking to someone from the 70s.
And there's also, like...
To me, that has the same kind of energy as someone who, like, unironically refers to their penis as their Johnson. You know, it's like...
I guess. There's also, like, I don't like the phrase,
it would make me worry that whatever woman I was in bed with at the time, who used that term, had Freaky Friday'd with their younger daughter, and that it was secretly the mind of, like, a 50-year-old, like, a 50, 60, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck! Shit, who was in Freaky Friday? Was it Sigourney Weaver, or was it Jamie Lee Curtis? I can't remember. It was one of them. They're basically the same woman as far as media is concerned, which is amusing to me.
Have you ever heard the term for pissing, like for a guy that, I'm gonna go bleed the lizard? That's fucking weird.
That sounds like you've got a horrible...
That sounds like it's a weird phrase for it, you know?
If there is anything about your urination that reminds you of bleeding, seek medical help immediately.
I need to see where this came from. Like...
I'll tell you this is unrelated, this is going back to the words for vagina thing. The only word for vagina that I say with any regularity is cunt. But I don't say it in that context. I say it in the context of calling someone a cunt. Although, I do also find it weird that... Now, you know, you actually agree with me that there is a hierarchy of, like, I wouldn't even call dick curse words, but, like, derogatory terms. There's a hierarchy of some are worse than others.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
Dick dick is a relative. I call you a dick. Even if I'm serious, it's relatively inoffensive. If I'm serious and I call you a cunt, that's real nasty. What I've just said, and I find it weird that the female one is the one that's worse.
Well, see, maybe this is like a thing that varies from person to person. Every time I hear cunt used in that way, I think of it kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like when you're basically just like
Also,
jokingly shit talking with people on the street.
Hi, algorithm. We've said cunt a lot of times. You're not gonna like this one.
Yeah, just go ahead and demonetize. We're not monetized anyways.
What's
it called?
Demonetize us anyway. Actively suck money out of our wallets.
Yeah. What's it called when you're like on the street? You're just you were basically just jokingly shit talking with other people. There's a fucking word for that.
Chilling out, Max, and relaxing, all cool.
It's shut the fuck up.
Maybe shooting some people.
But I imagine it when you're just like with some friends. It's like that's kind of like the where you would use that. I don't look at cunt as like a like, you know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a European thing. Like
yeah, it could be. That's the thing. It's gonna be different from culture to culture. That's just kind of how.
But like, I mean, the
words
thing
work.
is that the people that I'm around, like when you say it to your friends casually, it's fine. But it's like if you say it to a stranger seriously, it's like that is like one of the most horrible things you can describe someone as. Whereas dick is still, even if you're saying it seriously and in anger, is still relatively weak.
You know which one I think like. From my personal experiences, though, like most people don't really give a shit if you say like if you're let's say you and another person are angry and you're calling each other names like son of a bitch, fucker, piece of shit. None of those really hit. But if you're like having that same argument with a woman, it's the same thing. Those are like those words don't really hit. But if you go you bitch, like with a little like kind of with a little bit of extra something in there, that hits harder. It seems like. With the men, I'm not really sure of a word I've consistently seen that makes them like flip out more. I guess I
saw a clip once of a guy.
Actually, that's not true.
Walking around. I saw a clip of a guy who kept walking around and like a white guy who kept walking around near groups of young black men, dropping a coin saying, "Hey, look, a nickel." And then acting like he was the victim when the people around him got angry, when he deliberately tried to make them mishear him. It's like, no, you're being a prick.
That sounds like, is that like from all those like YouTube prank channels? That's what
yeah,
it
so
sounds
those
like
fucking dumbass YouTube. Like, oh, prank, bro. It's like, yeah, good for you. You said a word very similar to a racial slur under your breath near the people that would offend the most, and you're like clearly a middle-class white guy. Fuck off.
No, you know, I did actually think of one. I've seen visceral reactions from dudes from, when they're called a pussy. But it can't be like, oh, come on, don't be a pussy, bro. It's like, don't be a like, you have to say it with a certain, like, cadence to it, you know?
I've never understood that. I mean, well, it's never affected me for the simple reason that the things that insults someone on are, it's basically questioning their masculinity. Which I don't really care about being understood as being particularly masculine.
Yeah, but you know, with a lot of dudes, that hits.
A lot of dudes care
a
strange amount about being perceived as masculine.
Like, especially now, you could spot him. Especially like, go up to a dude, right? And then maybe this isn't as applicable for you, but in the U.S. at least, go up to a dude, with a big truck. If he has an American flag on the back of it, bonus points.
In England,
and do that. You're gonna get a response.
In England, it wouldn't be a big truck. It'd be a dude with a denim jacket and a white van. But it's like a similar kind of energy.
Yeah.
Of like dude who thinks he's like, you know, it's because you're the American version of like a tough guy is kind of almost a rustic, like could work with as a farmhand, I work with my hands, I chop down trees, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like that kind of shit in England is like, I could fucking glass you in the street, you know, like, is like just fucking mean. Like that energy is just a very different energy here. But no, our equivalent is the dude in the white man. I'll tell you this, I used to get shouted at out of cars a lot when I was younger. as I've gotten older, for some reason, I don't know why, these incredibly masculine men only feel comfortable shouting abuse at teenagers dressed like goths, generally. I wonder why. Not fully grown men with beards. But I've noticed the only people who still do it to me are fucking dudes with very short hair who happen to be in white vans.
Yeah, it's like you eventually get like this profile of them after a while where you can associate. It's like, okay, this. Now, granted, of course, it's not gonna always be all of them, as you can't judge anybody like that. But a lot of times, you know, it's gonna be that kind of dude that's like the peak masculinity. You know, like those dudes.
I'll tell you this: I've never understood why people shout at goths from cars. Anyone from cars, like why? What do they get out of it? Like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, did you see how I, like...
Yeah, it just told out that teenager, bruh.
Did you see how I just annoyed that stranger? But then again, that's the issue, is that it relies on the assumption that they've got a greater awareness of themselves than they clearly do. Because if you are self-aware to realise how futile what you've just done is, you wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person who has enough brain cells to reflect on how stupid what you just did was, you wouldn't have done it. Because it's patently obvious how pathetic and weird what you've just done is anyway. As if the weird one in that situation is the guy who's dressed a bit eccentrically, and not the dude who's screaming obscenities from a moving car at a stranger, because he thinks his coat is different. Like, oh dear.
Okay,
anyway,
so
that's why I propose that's why I propose we should introduce eugenics to the United Kingdom to get rid of specifically everyone who's ever shouted at a goth from a car.
I think I say use eugenics to just profile anybody that's like gonna be driving a white van shouting at goths.
Oh, we could do that as well.
You'd be really specific. Yeah, he's got the white van gene right here. I can see it.
Yeah, it's got the evil gene. Hitler had it. JFK had it.
Also, by the way, before I forget, so you're gonna get your
Slipknot song.
You're gonna get your first attack on Abra at 16. That's also hilariously when he evolves.
Slipknot song. Before I forget.
Don't you mean Slipknot?
Slipknot, yeah. You know, Slipknot is... Slipknot... Not even Slipknot, but the lead singer of Slipknot appeared in a really weird place a few years ago.
What's that?
Yeah, I imagine you're aware that in the UK we've got a lot of panel shows where comedians do funny things in response to whatever the gimmick of the panel show is. He appeared on one.
Okay.
He appeared on, like, a trivia show, like a comedy trivia show called QI, surrounded by British comedians. So it was, like, hosted by a British comedian regular, British comedian guest, Corey Taylor. And the thing is, I recognised him, because I used to be a big Slipknot guy when I was younger. And I was like, what the fuck's Corey Taylor? Why the fuck
What the fuck?
How badly did he piss off his agent to be this far out of his depth? He's
how did he
do? Before I forget! I mean, he was basically forgetful. Like, he didn't do much. He, like, said a couple of facts, but was otherwise quiet for the entire show. Which makes sense!
Yeah, well, it's like, that's not really, like, who you would expect to put on there. Like...
And also, it's like kind of an intimidating show, QI, I imagine, if you're not a regular on it, because it's all the questions are traps. Well, every question is like, ah yes, this thing that would be like standard trivia anywhere else. Ah yes, the standard trivia. And then alarms go off, and it flashes on massive screens all over. You are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong. And then the host goes into an elaborate explanation about why you were wrong.
What the fuck?
It's a really good show. It's a really good show. I'll have to send you a clip of him on it, but it's a really good show. But like, Oh god, Daniel Radcliffe was on it once, and I've never seen a man look more like he wants to chew his way out of the set. He was so not jealous. What was he? He was so nervous. Like he was sat there, like his hands were on the desk, like his fucking knuckles were going white, his eyes were wide, were like. Because this is like while Harry Potter's still big, and the thing is with Daniel Radcliffe, from what I understand of him, is yes, big celebrity Daniel Radcliffe. However, he hadn't done anything before that, really. He wasn't known, because he was a fucking little boy when he started Harry Potter. So he went from, I'm a child that no one knows, to, I'm one of the most recognizable people in the world. Yeah, like, out of nowhere.
I don't know if he was like this during Harry Potter, but especially, like, after he finished Harry Potter. Everyone, like, most of the time only ever wants to talk to him about Harry Potter, and that was, like, one of the things that he didn't like doing. Like, he didn't, like, just constantly, like, he was, like, getting, like, acting roles in other films, and people were still asking him about Harry Potter stuff, and he did not like
I totally understand why you would get sick of that.
Yeah, definitely, because it's just like, that's just like, I'm trying to do other things, like, it's Harry Potter's already done, ask me about the thing that I'm doing now, like...
Like, he's been in some good shit other than Harry Potter, but the problem is he's Harry Potter.
Yeah, and even then, though, in all the other shit that he's in, of course, it's memed everywhere online, where it's like,
Harry Potter's doing this, like, it's
yeah, where it was like, there was one of him, like, playing, I think it was just, like, a white nationalist, it's like, Harry Potter and the Last Solution or something, like...
It would be the final, it would be the final solution.
Final solution, sorry, yes, that, but, like, you know what I mean? The last,
yes, the
conclusion.
It's the dollar store version of the Nazi ideology.
Yeah.
I can't.
The last resolution.
No,
let's go.
It's like that meme. It's like, Mom, can I have Nazis? And it's like, we've got Nazis at home. The last problem solver.
The last equation.
Oh, dude, the last sum done.
Yeah, God. No, but like even then, like it's still memed about. And I don't think that's ever a thing that's gonna like entirely go away, you know.
I don't know,
but I totally understand. Like, just ask me about what I'm doing now instead of this thing that has happened so long ago that everyone's already talked to me about.
I don't know if Rockstar's already done this, and I'm just, like, remembering it from, like, some recess of the back of my brain where I can't remember it, but, you know, it would be a great, like, Grand Theft Auto parody name for a record store. The Vinyl Solution.
That's pretty good. It's not bad, actually.
That's why I'm almost certain I've got that from somewhere else and forgotten where I got it from, because that's better than I would come up with. The worst thing. Okay, you know, I'll say this before this might be an autism thing, but I sometimes get stuck on the way people say things. Like, there'll be someone, like, maybe they'll have, like, an accent, or maybe they'll just have a strange way of speaking. It isn't an accent, it's just they're peculiar, which, you know, I can't judge. The way I talk cannot be explained by my accent. This is not what people from the town I come from sound like, you know? Not that I think I sound particularly odd, I just think I sound generically British, but I should sound different, you know? I shouldn't sound like this based on where I'm from.
Yeah.
But there's one that I watch a lot of video essays, a lot of far left video essays, and a lot of those are like video essays responding to like far right, pro-fascist, crazy people. And there's the way one of them said something that I'm now being reminded of, and I can't say it because it's him talking about what is essentially an anti-Semitic dog whistle. But it's stuck in my head now, and I'm going to have to say it as soon as we're done recording. So
you basically just brought up this entire story to say that you have to say something that you can't say on the video.
Yeah, I brought up this entire thing in the recording, and I'm going to leave it in order to set you up for something I'm going to say as soon as we stop the recording, yeah.
Ethan, you have cut out more interesting pieces of material in other recordings, and this is what you're leaving in.
Yep.
The fuck are you?
I'm the editing equivalent of Two-Face. I just flip a coin.
Well, next we come back, are we gonna do off-screen grinding, Ethan? Just, like, 'cause Abra?
Sorry. Yeah, sure. I'll do some off-screen grinding. Although I'll have to swap it away from leveling Tuma and level like the other ones so that we don't.
Yeah, we'll level our shit up so we're actually ready for the gems. We'll have Abra leveled so Abra can do stuff. And I believe one of the gems is like a fighting, I think, which, guess who's good against that?
Psychic?
There you go. So, that's gonna work out nicely.
Oh, I got it right? Fuck yeah. That was a guess, I hope.
Yeah, well, it was a correct guess.
Fuck
And
yeah.
hilariously, because Dizzy was our carry before, Dizzy will get fucked up in that gym. Because he's a normal type.
Hey Alex, what did we learn?
What did we learn, Ethan?
I can't remember.
Fascinating. Alright, goodbye, everybody.
Overlord's a good anime. There's a lesson for everyone at home.
That we didn't learn that in this episode. That
Hey,
wasn't
Alex,
even brought up
Alex,
in this
Alex.
episode.
Hey Alex, this episode's still going on. I just brought it up. They learned it in this episode.
But that's not even a fact. That's an opinion. That's like the most useless thing to learn, that somebody likes something.
It's a fact. Bye, everyone.